Hello and welcome to Maypole Farm Extended Edition. A few things to note that have changed while I open Discord. Let's see. Go into recording. So the last video I done, I said I wasn't going to expand the borders. Kinda did do that. So if we look at the mini map, we can see that here got all. Hello and welcome to Maypole Farm Expanded. The reason for that was right here. Originally the border came across here and then went up, and Farmer Dad said that he wanted, or thought that it would be a good idea to incorporate this little patch here, which is a forestry area. All of this is forestry area, but this was, you couldn't get to it, so it was like a tease that you cut all these trees down, but you couldn't get to the ones that was behind the wall barrier. So I incorporated that bit, and then looking at it, it was like, well, you know what, let's just expand the barriers slightly, because I'd already done all this road here, and a lot of this was already done in a previous version where I had expanded the barriers, the world boundaries, which incorporated all of down here and all of this, and was basically almost a full map. 3/4 of the map was used, but then I decided to change it and just work on the play area. And then I decided to expand the world boundaries to the west, and put that road in that I'd actually started working on. As you can see, ends just outside of the play area, which was originally designed to go, or planned to go past up here, and then disappear into the, all around here, and disappear into the world background over there. But it'll probably just go up here and disappear up here somewhere, probably, because originally that was going to be all playable area, and the main road would be your link around. The other one was that it would link back around and join down here, so you'd have a road that would go all the way around. But no anymore. Anyway, so to get this to work, this has been finished off, so the PDA isn't up to date fully. This is now like a forestry area, which when you buy this, you'll get all these little plots. This has got to be fixed where you can buy the outer bounds areas, which incorporate the non-purchasable areas within the map itself. They are to be fixed, which is like the sell points and things like that. But when I was working on it, it was, how do I go about making it work? And Farmer Dad was on about, well, to save space on the map, make it so the pig area itself was no, does help if you're not in that view, doesn't it? Make it so the pig area you can't get to. All the triggers and everything are within the playable area, but the actual pigs themselves aren't. So that's what happened. You can happily feed your pigs, clean them, water them, get them manure, their slurry, which is just around behind that that barn there, or that shed there. But you can't actually get into their enclosure. And you have your own little silo here for storing what you need. I've got no game sound because I plugged in my headset before going, before launching the game. Like this road, I think this is the road that Stardog was on about, that you can't get down. and it's designed like that for a reason. There will be a gate there, but you won't be able to do anything. You can't get down there. As you can see, like I said, forestry area, which on the mini map is just a blank piece of ground. The fence is already here ready for this field. That's a big cotton field. Wow. Is that on the missions to be done? Nope. Really? The field 44? Oh, okay. It's not a huge field, but it is quite big when you're there. And so the hedges to come all the way up and join up there, excluding the gate and that, but the idea around all of this was, where would I put pigs? And because horses was in the previous build when I only modified the play area, and David was on about you should put pigs on the map, and it was his suggestion to put them up here, to be honest, with a sell point nearby, not for selling particular things from their pigs, but another sell point that would separate milk and eggs. And well, we did that. So that's all there now, which we'll take a look at, and we'll drive down there so you can get an idea of the actual travelling distance that is to there. But we don't want that particular thing. Could have gone further back, couldn't I? Now this will be a quickish stream because I've got a lot of things I need to do. So it's just a showcase of changes so far, and in reality there shouldn't be any more changes once this is that hedge is done, and all the triggers are made sure that they work. It should be all about testing from then on, and maybe just putting some trees here and there, moving some trees from certain areas, but for the most part it's done. Maybe get rid of a field and put a forestry area within the centre of the map somewhere. I don't know. That's a possibility. I have got to renumber all the fields because you've got fields over different places. Be right back. Sorry about that. Right, so as I was saying, I had already done the changes ahead for the road, and it was a waste just to leave that. So that's one of the reasons for this side of the map being expanded, was for this simple road being put in, and then David saying, you know, it would be nice to have a pig enclosure within the map, but the actual pen outside of the play area, and it gave more reason for forestry to be a thing up here as well, and some more houses to be added around the area, along with a church. And Ledley, the supermarket sell point where you can come sell your milk, eggs and potatoes with plenty of turning space. It needs a little bit of splicing up, I think, in here, but for the most part it's looking good. The field directly ahead you can't actually get into, even though you could jump the hedge and go in there. It's pointless because that's the walled barrier. I could have incorporated the field to be something that you could work, but didn't see the point. And that's why I haven't got sound. The sound's coming through the speakers still. But as you can see, they're big fields that have been added, and so for those who like bigger fields, they'll be well away, and those who like to kill trees will be well away as well. But getting the bigger equipment around the map will be the challenge in itself. Even though there's double gates, it's getting it down the road, getting it through some of the tighter parts of the map. That's why the entrance into the pig farm has got two entrances. You can go through the silo like at the main farm, or you can turn into the pig farm this way, giving you that little bit more leeway of getting bigger equipment in here, because if you don't play on seasons, then pigs will require a lot more produce to keep them going. And on the display we can see that we've got our own main silo, which is at the cow farm, stroke horse and chicken farm, and then we've got a second silo, which is this one for the pigs. And then Ledley is taking potatoes, same as the grain mill, eggs which the grain mill doesn't take, and milk which the grain mill doesn't take. I might add sugar beets to the farm shop as well, or to Ledley. I haven't decided on that one yet. It looks like I need to do a little bit of adjustment here, because we've got a floating building, corner of a building anyway. And first time playing with the puddles and things, just to splice the yard up a little bit. But again, the play area ends at this hedge, so you can't actually, well, that's not good, is it? Don't you just love the physics? Wreckfest has even better physics than this, and that's saying something. If you played Wreckfest, you'll know what I mean. but it's the end of the world that you can see from here that I don't particularly like. Might need to change something about that part. But other than that, I'm happy with the way the expansion went and how this all looks around here. Definitely changes the way that Maypole looks. I guess some people might say that the rest of Maypole looks bland compared to this part, because it's all fields and hedges and that, but we'll see what we can do about them areas. And for those who actually accidentally decide that they'll carry on up this road thinking it carries on, yeah, you'll know that there's an entrance right there into the field, so you pass the point that the play zone, you haven't got far to back up. So there is that. And it's been done purposely just to give you that option. I mean, there's foliage to be painted in places because obviously I put the fields in, put the field boundaries in, and they painted the landscape for the viable plots, but I hadn't done the foliage in all of the fields, so I've got that to finish off. But there's not many that need doing. I mean, I've been trying to do them as I've been going, but children and life, you have to go up and do things. You can't just sit down and spend all day just working on a map. Hopefully it's something that is a welcome addition for those who do like Maypole but just didn't like the fact that it was all small fields. It's definitely changed the feel of the map with the bigger fields in certain areas, and I'm one for smaller fields because you can get a lot more done in a smaller space of time, and it means that you're moving equipment around a lot more. So do you want, like in FS17 I got a lot of cows, and as a result I was needing to buy more fields, and it's one of those catch-22s. Do you want to buy more fields, which means moving more equipment around between fields, or do you reduce your cow population, sell off the extra cows and stick to a certain amount? And for me, I was happy to let them continue to the herd to grow and buy more fields, but I was quickly running out of grass fields, and as a result I had to seed some fields in grass just to be able to cope with the demands on hay and grass in the summer. And we'll go straight on, because I would rather than make hay during the summer, I'd just mow it, rake it, and then pick it up with a loader wagon and take it straight to the mixing station. Hi Sarah, thank you. Does look much better, thanks to your advice as well. So I was filling up the mixer wagon, the mixing station, ready for the winter, and putting a lot of grass in for silage as well. and then the end of the, or during the autumn time, I was ignore the wooded area, all these logs and that, they've all got to be pulled up slightly because I'm just a little bit too far in the ground. But I'd have to surface the flooring around here. So I was making hay in the autumn instead of the summer. So the final cut was all hay bales ready for winter. Note to self, need a new lighter. I know I not long released version 3. Version 3 was, what, about a month ago almost. Now, 3 weeks, something like that, I don't know exactly when. And can be found on modhub.us and modhoster for those interested in that particular version. That does not include the expanded area. That's all new for version 4. And it doesn't include the fields being joined together, like this one here was the last field to be joined. In fact, if we go into flight mode, it'll be a lot easier, wouldn't it, than driving around. And Moondog and everybody say that, you know, I'm addicted to the editor, and in a way I am. As you can see, plenty of grass fields now. Basically half your fields are grass. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 fields there are grass out of 46. So, you know, it's not half of the fields, but it just looks like it's half, and they're quite big, some of them. Turn grass off again and we'll be able to see. These are small, but you got fairly big ones, especially this one. And you can always reseed some of these in grass. But originally this was 2 small fields, but I needed the paint layer for viable plots. So they got joined together. Same as field 18 here was 3 fields that were joined together, so it gives you an indication as to how small the fields were originally here. And these ones kind of didn't fit in with the rest of the map because of how small they were in comparison to the fields that were around it. That's why the other fields like them 2 wasn't joined together, plus there's a road that goes between them. I was trying to think if Stardog indicated that it would be nice to mix the trees around, so that's why you've got forestry trees, maple and birch trees. But as Stardog pointed out, the ugliness of the birch trees is from a distance when they shimmer. That can be changed by changing the LOD view distance on them, and making it so that they always look like this from a distance, but then that's going to put a load of strain on lower end machines. And with the bigger fields, it means that you're not that obliged to wanting to join fields together, because you can go and buy a big field, maybe sell your small fields and buy a bigger field and get more produce from it that way. But if I do put another forestry area in, it would be probably somewhere over that way, and maybe another one over here somewhere, which would either be making a field smaller or removing 2 fields to allow for a forestry area within them. I haven't decided on that yet. Thoughts and considerations on there would be definitely appreciated. If I did add forestry areas, then maybe this field here, this weird shaped oblong one or rectangle, could become a forestry area. Leave all the grass fields as they are. Maybe one of the fields behind the farm, or even the one that has the placeable sheds in, could become a forestry area. Possibilities are endless, but this is really as fast as you can go. I haven't got the mod that allows you to go faster while flying in. I don't really go for them kind of mods because I don't really fly around the map, only when I'm doing something like this, which, as you know, I don't do very often. So I've never really had any use for the map, or for that particular mod. But this field that we're coming up to, that I'm looking at right now, that one could become a forestry area. Right by the shed, your storage sheds for your bales and your house. Remove the hedge and the gates from all around and have it as an open forestry area. Or the other alternative is expand the land slightly in little bits around here, just to add one big forestry area back here, leaving maybe that field there, the wheat field ahead. I'll be right back. So if I do expand this part, then the church ahead is where you'd enter into this forestry area. I mean, this could become one big forestry area here, and then virtually right over the road is where you sell the logs or the wood chips. So, but I'll decide that at some point. I mean, that could be something for another time, if I get bored of just playing the game and just want to edit something. We'll see. Anyway, I have to go. I've got other things I need to be doing right now, and sitting here doing a stream is not going to get them done. So thank you for watching. I hope you like what you see, and be sure to hit that like and follow button, and until next time.